If I hit my head hard enough that I see stars, if I hit my head, if I get knocked out, which has happened once.
It's time for me to replace the helmet. Prepare to consume the best, the most unbiased, and a totally unscripted review of 11 years of helmets. Go. Hey, before I get too deep into this video, if you want to buy any of these types of helmets or anything else, please use my links to Rocky Mountain ATV. It really helps support Dirt Bike Channel. It's my favorite way for you to support this because it doesn't cost you anything. You're gonna buy the tools, you're gonna buy the parts, you're gonna buy the gear. Anyway, if you use my link for Rocky Mountain ATV, it helps to support what we're doing. Rocky Mountain ATV wins, I win, you win, everybody wins. So that would be a great way to do it. Okay, let's get back to the helmets. I'll even change wardrobes by putting on this hat to make it seem like there's more production behind this video. But no, what's the impetus for this video? I just came to the shop and I realized I've got a lot of helmets in here, and it got me thinking I've had a lot of different helmets and I've thrown away several different helmets. There was one that I really wanted to find. It was my first dirt bike helmet. It was an HJC helmet, a black one. I couldn't find it, but I've had a lot of different helmets. And the reason why I wanted to do this video is there's a lot of new people getting into this sport and they don't know what helmet to buy. I can give you some pointers on what you should buy and then some helmets that I've bought again and I will continue to buy in the future. So I've got a Fox helmet here. I've got 3 Fly Formula helmets right here. I've got 2 6D helmets. I've got a Climb helmet here. There's another Fly helmet over there and there's another Climb helmet over there that are part of the decor in this room. And so I didn't tear them off the wall because they have speakers like kind of going up through them. But there's 2 different brands of helmets and 2 different styles of helmets that I have kind of keyed in on as my go-to. And when I need a new helmet, I'm just looking for the one that I like the colorway the best. And that is the Fly Formula helmet, expensive, I know, and the 6D ATR-2 helmet, also expensive, I know, but I've only got one head. When you're looking for a helmet, the main things that you want to look for are the ratings on the back. You've got a DOT rating, which is Department of Transportation here in America. You've also got, I think in Europe, it's like the ECE ratings. Man, don't quote me on that because I don't live in Europe, but I think that's what it is. There's also some ratings here in the US where it can be like Snell approved. It's interesting that my favorite helmet is actually not Snell approved, this helmet. Well, at least it's one of my favorites. The ATR-2 also does not have the Snell rating. This is a DOT certified and it's not, quote, Snell rated. I think they have to pay extra for that and whatever. But the point is, you want to make sure that it's at least got the DOT rating here in the United States. This doesn't mean that you need to spend $600 on a helmet. I didn't even bring my kids' helmets in. Well, this is my daughter's helmet. This is a Fox racing helmet. It's DOT approved. My kids right now are wearing my boys are wearing Fly. And we've had a lot of different things over the years. We've had a ton of helmets. These are just the ones that I could grab. Inside of the Fly Formula helmet, one of the reasons I like this helmet is they've got some really good technology in here to absorb impacts. That's what we're trying to do with our helmets. Look at this thing. This thing is just sweet. When I saw this helmet, I was like, because I was gonna get another 6D helmet because I'm like, it's time for me to get another helmet. But I saw this thing and I'm like, this thing is so sweet. I just couldn't help but get that, even though I've had 3 of these things in a row. But what a helmet is really trying to do is absorb some of the impacts from you really hitting your head hard, either on a tree branch, on a rock, on the ground, whatever. And these helmets have really saved my bacon. One of the reasons I wanted to replace this one is a couple months ago, I went up this ledge and I fell back off the ledge and I fell into a hole. And so the helmet is on me. And I just, boom, it caught my gear back here, and then my helmet took a side impact and really hit hard right here on the shell. These helmets are made for one really good impact. And after that, I mean, yes, you might be able to use it for a little bit longer, but you're running the risk of damaging your brain or splitting your head open because that's how they're designed. Now, you could say, well, that's the company, they just want you to buy another helmet, and if you have one good hit, you can hit your head a bunch because a lot of the times we hit our heads, it's not that hard. Like specifically, this is the helmet, probably the helmet here that I've used the most. the 60 ATR-2, this helmet has hit a lot of different things. A lot of times it's just, I'm just going along and I will hit like a tree branch on the top of my head. You're cruising like this and you know, you're going like that and you don't see that much. Your vision is restricted above you because you're kind of like this. And a lot of times I will not notice that a branch is really quite low and I haven't gotten down enough, and boom, they will come and clip the top of my head and really just pound you. And these helmets have had dozens and dozens and dozens of those really hard hits. And that's probably where I've had the most bang from the buck in my helmets, is just pounding tree branches, just boom, just clipping it as you go through. I would have been knocked out in the hospital like dozens of times, I think, without these helmets. So it's not just the crashes, it's trees and things like that where you glance off of things. And I really, really like the Fly formula. I really, really like the 6D ATR-2. The ATR-1 was good, but I felt like the fitment was a little better with the ATR-2. Another thing, I haven't measured the circumference of my head for a while, but I like a medium helmet. One of the cool things about these Fly helmets is I feel like they fit me a little bit better. I've got other buddies that say, you know, the 6Ds fit better. So every helmet is a little different because our craniums are not the same. But I like to get the medium size helmets, and these Fly racing helmets are a little bit, it deadens the sound for me a little bit more than specifically this one. This helmet here really deadens the sound for me, and so does this. It kind of cups around my ears to the point where, you can see that colorway, to the point that it doesn't, I don't hear the bikes as much. And I especially notice it when I'm on a 4-stroke because those bikes are bloody loud. Something else to know about helmets. You want the helmet to be snug. You don't want it to be so tight that it's giving you a headache, but you want the helmet to be tight enough that it is applying some pressure to your cheeks. And when you shake your head, it shouldn't be wobbling on your head. You should be able to go like this and it should stay in place. If it wiggles at all, really, it's probably too big. And so it's better to be just a touch small, as long as it's not giving you a headache, than it is to be too big. Because also the foam inside of there, the cheek pieces and everything, they will break in and get looser over time. So it's just something to know. So there's nothing necessarily wrong with the Fox. I've had at least one Fox helmet that I use. Some people really like those. Troy Lee Designs, they make a decent helmet. Bell makes a really good helmet. There's a lot of good helmets out there. Find something that works for you. Make sure it's quality. Make sure it fits properly. And then also, here's my rule.
If I hit my head hard enough that I see stars,
it's time for me to replace the helmet.
If I hit my head, if I get knocked out, which has happened once, I'm gonna replace the helmet for sure. So if I get knocked out, which has happened once, or if I have a hit so hard that I see like little things on the side, yeah, that's the time to replace the helmet. They can withstand a lot of abuse, but those are telltale signs that you need to replace it. So anyway, if you have questions about helmets, send me an email, Kyle@DirtBikeChannel or customer service at Dirtbike Channel. Either me or one of my assistants will get back to you and answer the questions as best we know. If you want to support me, please buy any of these helmets using my links to Rocky Mountain ATV. It's one of the best ways to support Dirtbike Channel because it doesn't cost you anything. You can go to my website, dirtbikechannel.com. I have the links over there. They're typically somewhere up in the upper right-hand corner. If you're on a desktop, on mobile, you hit the 3 little lines, the menu button. You can get my links for Rocky Mountain ATV. You go over there. It doesn't cost you anything. And you can buy anything from Rocky Mountain ATV, and it supports Dirtbike Channel. So I have some lists of things that you know, to kind of get the juices flowing. You don't have to buy the stuff that I like. You click on my link, buy anything from them. Rocky Mountain ATV is awesome. Like free 2-day shipping or 3-day shipping on orders over 75 bucks. They're awesome. So that's been my impromptu review of about 11 years of helmets and little tricks that I've learned. And to put your mind at ease, these Fly formula helmets, flippin' amazing. 60 ATR-1 and 2, but I prefer the 2. Flippin' amazing. There's other good helmets out there, but these are like my go-tos. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you in the next video, so leave a single track. Thanks.